Hi, this is UFC Genius here today, and today we'll be ranking the top 10 UFC fighters by skill, not resume. So this means, like, say, hypothetically, Khabib were to face John Jones, and they're the same weight. Who would win, skill for skill, mano y mano? John Jones would. But let's just say, who would win? That's how we're ranking these fighters today. Not by their resume, not by their 20 or their 10 title wins, who they fought like nobody's. It's impressive, but we're talking about skill for skill, the best skills that we've seen in the UFC history, the best actual fighter, ranked top 10. All right, let's start off with number 10. Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva is a legend of the game. Very, very nice, crazy striking, so good that he plays with his food. You just see like you have to be really elite to be able to play with your food while fighting these like top level UFC fighters. People say, okay, he did face lackluster competition. It wasn't the best, but I mean, they gave him whoever they gave him, and he just kept running through these guys. He was just dancing, man. He was bored, man. He was bored of winning, man. He was so good, he got tired of winning. So he had to just make it. He had to spice it up, man. He's like the guy the popcorn guy, man, at working at that movie theater. That meme video, they just like flipping the butter into the bag like it's nothing. That was Anderson Silva, and jiu-jitsu very underrated. You saw him throw up his legs up in the air against Chael Sonnen, round 5, Aaron Rodgers, Hail Mary style finish. This guy's just very underrated, man. Very, very underrated. Nice attribute to his game. His weaknesses, though, is obviously wrestling. We saw Chael Sonnen murk him for 5 rounds, just pressing him down, just having his way with him. And also, he gets too cocky. I know I said that his strength is so good that he plays with his food, but also on the flip side, how did he lose the title? Chris Weidman hit him with the 1-2, the 1-2 Mayweather when he was doing and go pa pa, just got bops. But Anderson Silva, very super skilled, top 10 for sure, skilled fighter of all time. A lot of people disrespect him, but you can just tell by the eye test. This guy was the man. All right, so on to the next one, Jose Aldo. Jose Aldo, number 9. His strengths: crazy leg kicks, great striking, unstoppable takedown defense. Like this, Merab couldn't do it. If Merab can't do it, you got to be something. And just dominance like he has such a long run. Jose Aldo, like a long career, just being just dominant, just winning. Like it's just crazy striking, crazy leg kicks, man. But his weaknesses, his wrestling was lackluster. It was whatever. But his takedown defense was so good that he didn't really have to worry about that. So that was like the positive about that. So he just always just have his way with his opponents. Jiu-jitsu, I mean, we didn't really see like a lot of jiu-jitsu of Jose Aldo because he just loved just piecing them up on the feet and tapping these guys. But also, I think one of the biggest weaknesses he has is people can get in his head. Like this man, Conor McGregor, got in his head. And he clearly got in his head against McGregor. You saw him like, and McGregor was like just looking nice and loose. Just you knew it was gonna happen. You knew he was gonna bop him. And yeah, people do get in his head. He is able to get broken. We've seen him, Max Holloway, Volkanovski, and Peter Yan freaking just break him. But legend of the game, mixes it up so well. Well, not for the wrestling part in jiu-jitsu, but he just very good fighter of all time. 9. Anderson Silva and Aldo, you could flip it, but I think Aldo was a little bit more skilled than him for sure. Number 8, Alex Pereira. Who would have thought? Who would have thought Pereira would have had this crazy of a career this fast? Not me. I thought I was just watching when he fought Adesanya for the first time, just thought some just previous opponent. He's just Adesanya's gonna just show him what MMA is about, but evidently not. And this guy just turned it up. But so it started with his first strength. One of the best, if not the best, striking in UFC history. This guy's striking just like it took me like 2 years to realize like what Potan means. It means stone hands, and very very fitting. This man just God, just a nightmare on the feet. Just one hit, it's over. The leg kicks, just God. Cecina versus Yuri just looked like just freaking just helpless, man. Just made him just do the Irish jig, man. Just freaking just bah, like just destroyed his legs. Yuri was just immobilized. God, his leg kick's so good. Stone hands, his will to win. Oh my, is just unstoppable. Like this guy, like you'll never see this guy just roll over and give up. That will never happen. He is unbreakable. As a child, like he just grew up from nothing to something and now he's everything. And he also has plot armor. This guy just has plot armor. Just look at him, man. The Adesanya with him and someone needs to make a movie about him. The Adesanya versus Pereira rivalry, and just how like all the things Adesanya said, and then how Pereira would be nothing, and then it just completely flip flop the storyline. And somebody needs to make a movie about that. Just crazy. Yes, I pray to God he murks Ankalaev, and I think he will. Ankalaev is he's decent unless he literally has a heavy wrestling game and is able to freaking hold him down. Only way he wins, but he's gonna get freaking left hook from hell easy. His weaknesses, I mean, wrestling. I'm sure he's improved wrestling. I'm sure he's improved his jiu-jitsu also. But we haven't really seen it, and I mean, how could it have gone within this time? It's probably not at the top like level, but it's probably like good enough where he can hang in there with the people. But obviously, everybody knows the only way to beat Pereira is you got to get him on the ground, or you catch him with a looping right hand, like how Adesanya would be doing. Right hands seem to catch him. Hopefully Ankalaev doesn't catch him with one of those, because that would be very, very disappointing. Because we need this. This guy he's our savior for UFC. He's the champ, the people's champ. We have to keep this guy champ. But anyways, moving on to the next person, Volkanovski. Crazy striking, speed, just so fast. Just sees everything just 2x speed, or he just slows everything down, but then he's just so fast. Like his ground game is solid. This guy is just a tank, man, a behemoth for the division. Fearless. Every time you see fighters walk out, you always see them have that little like you can just see it. They're like faking like the tough smile. They're faking it. This guy, he just looks like he's ready. He looks like there's not an ounce of like nervousness in him. He just looks like he's just ready to freaking just go to war. But yeah, he's like one of the few fighters I see that are just stone cold. He just looks like he's ready. His weaknesses, he's too tough for his own good. Dana be calling this man, please brother, save the fight. All the verga da boo boo. Please. And of course, you think Volkanovski's going to deny it? No. Boom. Head kick. Got knocked out. And then 4 months later, about actually, takes another fight with a crazy power puncher, Topuria. Everybody knew it was going to happen. Just got destroyed. And now we have chin problems probably now. Maybe. I mean, it could be, but I mean, we know Topuria's power is just crazy, but after 2 straight knockouts, it's not very good. Power punchers, clearly a weakness after him just getting murked by freaking Topuria. I mean, kicked in the head by, well, he's not really a power puncher, but he did get kicked in the head, but Yeah, that's his win. But Volkanovski, absolute legend. I pray to God they make him versus Diego Lopez and Islam versus Topuria. Stop with the freaking bullshit, man. We need big fights in the UFC. We need some freaking just 100 million pay-per-views. Just we need the freaking big fights. I'm tired of these freaking lackluster cards. All right, Ilya Topuria. Speak of the devil, his strengths. He has dynamite in his hands. Clearly, this guy is just. I don't know where he just spawned here, bro. Great ground game. God, he just has it all. Best combos in the UFC history. Like this guy, like it's just crazy the way he like just be throwing like an overhand, then to the chest, then uppercut, and then just God. His jiu-jitsu is just phenomenal. He just whatever way he wants it, he gets it. That's what he's saying about Volkanovski. He's going to say this time he's going to submit him because he wants to. And also has the undefeated aura. Any fighter that's going against a guy that's 16-0, 17-0, you know their back's against the wall and they're like, they're thinking the odds are against them, and that plays a factor. And also on the flip side, could play a factor for Topuria also being nervous to lose his undefeated record, but I don't think it bothers him because this guy's just different, man. His weakness, these are maybe. Well, one of them's like having, but dominant wrestler like Islam, maybe then he can nullify his striking and keep him down and just smudge him and just just keep beating him up on the ground. That could happen. He has a good ground game, but Islam, he's bigger, and he can if he can hold him down, that would be a huge problem for him. Looping head kicks, we saw Jai Herbert hit him with that crazy right head kick. That could be a problem also, but other than that, there's been no problems, and this guy just follows. Number 5, Islam Makhachev. Strengths, hydraulic press squeeze. This guy's look at his freaking muscles just like poking out while he's squeezing this guy, Moicano. His squeeze is apparently just another freaking gorilla grip, or like just different, man. His striking is just great. It's just crazy. Outstruck Volkanovski. I don't think he outstruck Volkanovski, but I feel like he landed the better punches in that fight. I could just see it. He outstruck Poirier. His wrestling's just amazing. His submission game is just phenomenal. His weaknesses, power punch. Martins hit him with that punch. I think like unpopular opinion, he probably could have got up from that and probably got a hold of him and probably won that fight like somehow after that. But who knows? But they did stop it. But power punch, Topuria lands on the chin. It's night for Islam. That's another thing. And also someone who can match the wrestling. Arma Tarsukin, that would have been a great fight. I feel like that would have been a problem. I think he would have won still, but that would for sure a problem. Khabib Nurmagomedov. His strengths, best wrestling of all time. Everybody knows it. He's just a freaking human bear. Insane sub game. He has a triangle. No, he has an armbar in Justin Gaethje. He likes the guy. He's like, I like this guy, brother. I put him in triangle instead in front of his family. He does it. Dominance. A lot of people say oh, he hasn't got a bunch of quality wins. Blah, blah. His dominance is just he beat all these people without like a scratch on him. This guy literally never bled once. That is saying something. All of the top fighters of all time, John Jones, all of them, they've had wars. Where they're bleeding, they're huffing and puffing. This guy, just complete domination. Every fight. Man, it's crazy. Just wish he never retired. Weaknesses, maybe a power puncher with amazing striking, or amazing striking and amazing wrestling. Obviously, that's the best of all the worlds. It's gonna take everything to beat this guy. Um, his striking is good. It could be better. I think Islam's striking is for sure better. If he had Islam's level of striking, oh man, jeez. But other than that, yeah, Khabib, one of the best of all times. His resume, though, see, like, because like people they don't really have Khabib like all in this just because his resume, but everybody knows that Khabib's like obviously like one of the best fighters of all time, skill wise. Everybody knows that. GSP, could he have beaten Khabib? GSP, I don't know, man. I think this would have been prime for prime. I think he could have beat Khabib. I think he could have beat Khabib, but I guess we'll never know. But GSP has great wrestling, man. Amazing striking, and just all around a complete fighter. And he just like whatever is thrown at him, he just game plans, has great game plans, and he just destroys his competition. I mean, he's had some wars and some controversy wins in the past, but it just you just see with this eye like the eye test. He's just this guy was just the man, and his weaknesses he hates fighting. That's his weakness. And I know a lot of people, like I said, like obviously you want to be nervous before you're fighting because that's what makes you work harder and like get better and be prepared. Because and even that happened like the one time he said that he wasn't nervous for a fight. He lost to Matt Serra, and yeah, for him it works. But then also him not wanting to fight costed him a bunch of more wins and more like just like dominance. I mean, not dominance, but like just more like fights. Like he could have gotten in so much more fights in his UFC career if he just wanted to fight more, which rendered his legacy. But his legacy obviously is crazy good and ridiculous. But we're talking about like the best of the best, and it could have been even better if he just wanted to fight more. That's the thing. But yeah, we're really nitpicking here, but that's what I have to say with GSP. But number 3 for sure. Mighty Mouse, number 2. Amazing wrestling, amazing striking, amazing jiu-jitsu, and the best clinch game ever. When this guy has you in a clinch, he's shoulder striking, he's kneeing you in the stomach, he's elbowing you, he's jabbing, he's uppercutting, he's always staying busy. Always staying busy. He just mixes it up so well. Anything he wants, he gets. And it's like another thing about the same kind of like thing that happened with Anderson Silva. The guys they were putting in front of him were not the best, but I mean it's not his fault. But you could just see with the eye test, this guy is just the man. You could just see like if he was in the flyweight division today, who's beating this man? Who's beating him? Freaking Pantoja? Oh hell no! This guy would freaking mark Pantoja. So he's not going to be able to knock out Pantoja. We know that because this guy has a freaking iron chin. But, dude, he's going to freaking he's going to just can outpoint him easily and win a decision. Or, man, he might be able to find him a decision. Why not? Any way he wants, he gets, man. His weaknesses, would be like maybe like a Dominic Cruz when he hot him. He was suplexing him, but it was just because Dominic Cruz is just way bigger than him. And DJ was a freaking tadpole and just small, and it was like one of his like first fights, and that's the only reason why Dominic Cruz won. But if they're the same size, come on, let's be real. And Demetrius Johnson was in his prime. Let's be real, who's winning? Of course, DJ. But yeah, like a wrestler who's way bigger than him and good striking would be like a nightmare matchup for him. But in his prime, he'll still find a way to win, easy. Whoa. Who would have guessed? Number 1, John Jones. His strength, amazing wrestling, amazing creative striking. He's hitting you with teeps to the body. He's hitting you with elbows. He's hitting you with strikes to the face, strikes to the stomach, oblique kicks, elbows, knees, spinning back kicks. He always just mixes it up and keeps your opponent guessing every time. Just very creative with it. Amazing jiu-jitsu. Just chokes out anybody, just easily gets him down. Always finds a way to win. Great at adapting to each style and that he fights. So if he's fighting a striker, he's can wrestle him and get him down, submit him. Fighting a wrestler, he could outstrike him. But also he likes to do what they're best at. Like when he fought Glover, Glover's good at fighting in the phone booth. He was fighting in the phone booth just to prove that he could do it. His weaknesses: somebody that's bigger than him who could wrestle and strike. Tom Aspinall. John Jones versus Tom Aspinall. Who did I think would win? Right now, probably Tom Aspinall. But that's just because his size. That's pretty much why. His size. If they were both 230, John Jones destroys him. You can clearly tell John Jones has way more skill than Tom Aspinall. And John Jones is getting a little older, but I mean, he still is amazing. But you can clearly tell that John Jones has way more skill than Aspinall. And the only reason he's going to win is because he's a freaking just monster size. And he's just going to just hit him with a freaking bomb. And then probably knock John Jones out, which would be horrible. That would be horrible to see. But hopefully the fight gets made because we need to see it. We need to see it. It's the time. We've been waiting for too long. Aspinall he needs to get back in that cage. But thank you guys for watching. Let me guys know. let me know what you guys think about this list, and how would you rank the top 10 like fighters by skill, not resume. Thank you guys. Have a good one.